a fucking.
Listen, they listen. It's a done deal. They hold them. They hold them in storage too long. Let this boy fight. Man,
Shout out to PGO Podcast, man.
I appreciate that.
Oh, you already know, man. Representing Philly, New York, Philly, you be exact. You know what I'm saying? With my man Anthony, Messenger Thompson. I'm trying to tell you, back in the day, it was all that.
Man, you already know. PGO, put your gloves on podcast. Shout out to my guy, Ian Thompson, the Messenger. He was that man back in the day. I don't know. This all I grew up watching. Ian Thompson, me, Hopkins, my brothers. That's where I got my style from. You know, we're all together. Shout out to my guy, Ian Thompson. PGO, put your gloves on. 18 weeks, you already know.
PGO Nation, what's good? It's your boy Ant the Messenger, along with Big Bro AT, Wild Weezy, social media encyclopedia, and we come to you by the Put. I know, I'm gonna say myself twice. And we sitting up here. We got a special guest for you guys, man. All right, we got BY Bryant Jennings in the building, man. It's a pleasure to have you here, champ. We're glad
Pleasure
that
as
you
well, man. Pleasure as well.
Absolutely. So let's get right into it, man. You got a fight coming up August the 29th. What's the ramifications for this fight? Matter of fact, let me slow it down. Before we go ahead and start, I want to go ahead and just give out my shout outs before we get into it, because we got a lot we want to talk about. But the first thing I'm going to start off, man, we got 1,000 subscribers, or 1,000 followers, should I say, on our IG page, man. Thanks for all you guys who are supporting, pushing the PGO page. We doing our thing, man. We 7 months in, 8 months in, and so far we've been doing pretty well, man. We want to also give a shout out this Saturday. Teflon Promotions got their things coming up with Replay Volume 1. August the 22nd is going down. 3801 Market Street. Make sure that you guys is there. We got some tough fighters. The card is fully loaded. Absolutely. It's going down this Saturday, man. We got our young boy Jabril Noble fighting for the NBA title.
Noble's belt already.
And what NBA mean?
Noble's belt already.
We definitely going down and is getting in. We want to first of all give another shout out to our sponsors, and then we got something for you, BY, that I made specifically for you. Shout out to Presidential Landscaping. Here it is. Make sure that you guys are using the promotional code right here, Presidential Landscape. 1237 PGO to get your discount.
I just want to say this, though, champ. What he just did with that landscaping is like me picking a razor and cutting all your dreads off. He took all the dreads off.
You can't hear?
Put that back on.
But you can't see me?
That audio.
Did you hit mute?
No, I ain't hit mute. You can't hear me?
I can't hear you.
All right, can you leave and come back? Leave and come back?
Leave out and come back in?
Yeah, I don't know what happened. Just give us a second, PGO Nation. Let us get this thing worked out. Got you.
Why you keep taking the camera from me? You don't want them to see my handsome face, man? I'm a handsome boy. I don't care what you say.
It's not that.
I am. You come on, man. You keep taking the camera and put it on you. I keep telling you, you're not in a boxing ring. We're in the media ring, and this is my show.
Follow my lead, bro.
Follow your lead?
Follow my lead. Trust me.
PGO Nation. Okay, I'm following his lead. But he tried to take the camera away from me.
Can
Like,
you hear me now?
or something.
Can you hear us now?
I'm not ugly.
Yeah,
boy.
I can hear you now.
I'm the
All right,
worst.
When you did that last ad, that joint cut out after that last ad.
What I was trying to say, the joint cut off after that because once he trimmed the fat of the grass, it cut the whole media situation off. What I was saying was the way he long landscaped that thing, BY, is like me taking scissors and just cutting his dreads off with a big razor. So he made it look real good.
We don't
Really
want
real
that. You
good.
definitely can't cut off Samson locks.
Okay.
That's
Yeah,
why I give
right. Yeah.
Listen, man, I got a tribute to you before we go ahead and get this thing started, man. Tell me what you think. Now, I've been saying this every week, that every time I make another tribute, I just feel like it gets better and better. I ain't gonna say I outdid this one, but just tell me what you think, man. Tell me how you like it. This is for you. B.Y. Bryant Jennings, let's get it.
Bye.
I was done. Counted me out, left me buried. But pressure builds kings. They tried to break me. They couldn't hold me down. Every fall I took built this strength. I stayed in the dark. I learned the silence. No excuses anymore. Only execution. I didn't come back the same. I came back dangerous. Guess who's back? I never broke. I evolved.
Man.
What
That's
you
nice.
think, Chant? What you think?
Okay. Yeah.
All right, we back
Yeah,
and we
yeah.
involved,
Short
baby.
and
We
sweet.
back and we
Short and
involved.
Yeah, short and sweet.
Go ahead and break the ice, man, before we go and get started with these questions, man. We got a lot we need to discuss, and we got him. And one thing that I like about you, BY, you're very, very articulate with your words,
Very well.
and you know the game. So
Appreciate it.
when boxing is over, do me a favor. Make sure that you get into commentating, because that's where I dropped the ball at. I had Joe Tessitorio, I had Teddy Atlas and them guys after my fights. I will go back and they bring you back out to commentate once the fight is over. And I should have kept that connection. But you make sure you stay in the commentating, bro. Because
I definitely should have already been in there, but I don't know, I might have disappointed somebody or disrupted something somewhere. So, there never was a time where I shouldn't have been. You know what I mean, even when I was inactive for them 5 years, I went ghost. You know what I mean, it was like, but hopefully things, go the way they're supposed to go now.
Okay. Well, I'm Wild Weezy, social media encyclopedia, BY. You already know. But I want to give you your flowers because
Appreciate it.
8 years ago, to this date, August 18th, you destroyed Alexander. Come on.
Dimitrenko.
Thank you. There we go.
Yeah,
8 years ago, you made history to win.
Atlantic City.
There you go.
There we go. Talk your talk.
Come on.
boy.
What was it? The Rebel Casino?
Yes,
Yeah.
it was. The NABO title and the WBO title.
Yeah, I wore red and green.
Yes, you did.
To honor my Moorish roots.
Wow.
And I came out to Nas. Together with other. I can run all that shit back. Yeah.
Yes. So today marks history. 8 years
Yeah.
ago, August 18th, and I just want to let the PGO Nation know that 8 years ago he disrupted the machine because he knocked out Alexander Dimitrenko. And they had a heck of a fight to where as though BJ Bryant Jennings had to get up, watch this, off the ring, and a fourth round, come back, watch this.
That's your pockets off.
He get him, dust his back pockets off, come back, drop this guy, Alexander, twice in the 8th round, and then finishing in the 9th round with a TKO with a right uppercut that was so beautiful to where as though I was telling Champ last week, it's called the shot that was heard all around the world. That right uppercut was like a Mike Tyson joint. Bam!
Yeah.
And it shocked the whole world. So I just want to start the podcast off with that, giving you your flowers that you make history on a video podcast, and you did something phenomenal the same date years ago. So congratulations, Chad.
Now we're gonna lead all up that. TY jumped into like the crux of it, which is good, which is great. But we're gonna have to actually put it in reverse. We're gonna have to rewind. We have to go back to the basics because there's a lot of people who don't know B.Y. Jennings, right? They don't know what they probably heard of you. We want to give them a glimpse of who you are, where you come from, and how you actually got into boxing. So we got to ask some of the generic questions. Just for
Right.
those who never met you before, never seen you, heard about you, and want to get to know you. So what actually got you into boxing? And where did you start at?
So I started in North Philly, ABC Gym.
You did?
Being at the rec center.
Wow.
Playing ping pong, playing basketball, doing all that. And Fred Herc Jenkins, he was always like I was so big young. BY stands for big young boy. So at the age of 15,
that was going to be my next question. Wow, that was going to be my next question. Where did he come from?
So at the age of 15, I was 6'3", 220 pounds. 15, 16 years old. Yeah,
Middle linebacker.
230 pounds because I got newspaper articles that could actually attest to to my stats like that. So he was pretty much he was on me. He was on me. He was hounding me. Yo, you need to you need to do this. You need to do that. And it took me years, because it was like in the streets and what we thought would be the streets, and stuff like that. And we didn't really see. I didn't really think about it too much until a little later, and then once it started, it was a wrap from there.
Now, how old was you when you actually got into a ring? Because from my understanding, we know each other very well, but you started kind of late. I remember when I started coming in, I was seeing, I'm like, damn, young boy, big shit. Like, that you actually, I remember the first time we knew each other from around the way and from the hood, but when you walked up to me, we started talking in the rec. You was doing your pull-ups. I'm like, damn, young boy. Like,
I was 24.
He's still in shape like
you damn right.
He's still in shape.
So how old was you when you got into it, Bing?
I was 24 when I first started. Yeah, I was when I first started. But a secret is for 2 weeks at 12. At 12 for 2 weeks, I was in there. I very seldom even spoke on this, but for 2 weeks I was in there, and I heard Junie Walker gone.
R.I.P. J Dub.
Yeah, J Dub. Junie Walker. I was 12. I was 12, and we had you had Louis gone too, and then you had Tyrone Brunson or whatever. And they was doing their thing in there at that at those ages. And I guess I couldn't compare. I spent 2 weeks in there, 2 weeks. And I heard Junie Walker say, he ain't gonna be nothing. I left. 12 years later, I came back.
4 years later.
12 years later, I came back. Nobody really remember. I mean, that's how much of a blur that actually was. But yeah, 12 years later, I came back.
That's something you want to say before?
Well, basically, you hit the core of the wreck. That was the first line of defense. Junior Walker always pick with people and antagonize people to see where you at and what you gonna do. But he's a sweetheart dude once you get to know J Dub, and I'm quite
for sure.
to that. Yeah,
no, for sure. I never even let them even know that I remember all that.
Okay.
And they never knew that.
J Dub always fat mouth. He always did.
He was definitely a fat mouth.
Yeah.
But he was a cool dude. Yo, do you read me and T.Y. to this day still T Silk, right? Yeah. Silk. R.I.P. Silk. Do you remember what he used to say when he wanted you to spar? What was his favorite line?
What, Global?
Yeah.
Global.
Global. And that's an inside joke. You know that. T.Y. know it. Pretty boy Mike.
Everybody knows
Silk Global. So
Global. Yeah.
Speaking about you, BY, or speaking about you, every time I've talked boxing, I get into some deep conversations, right? I always mention you and Deontay Wilder, and I don't want this to be offensive. I say this with love, admiration, and praise. I say that you and Deontay Wilder, to me, is the biggest overachievers because you guys started late, right? You didn't have Wilder had a pretty decent career. He made a bronze medal. But as for you, coming from where we come from, Blumberg, or not Blumberg, that was going to be my next question. You been in the center of the crux of 29th and Myrtlewood Street. You at 25th Street, then you stuck between J Street, the Blumberg. So what was your upbringing on that? But I always say, I think that, I got some questions to ask you as far as about some of the things that you will do differently if you could, like the Vitaly Klitschko fight, the training camps. Where do you think that because every fighter has a regret, right? I don't care how successful you is. There's a fight or something that you can say, damn, I wish I could have did better. But to me, I look at you as, man, like that you really got all that you can get out of yourself, and was not like an amateur phenom.
Yeah, he did.
You know what I'm saying? Nobody thought that you would be here. And when T.Y. said a shout around the world, when you won that in NABO and the WBO title,
that's crazy.
That was on the mat. Yeah, everybody in the blood was like, yo, BYE heard in the building. People was bragging and talking about it, ESPN. Yeah. So if someone praised you, do you look at that as a slight? Because I talk about you all the time. And I say, yo, man, y'all can't forget my boy BY, man. Like him and Deontay Wilder. Like I take my hat off because you reached certain pinnacles, bro, that some fighters with great talent never did. Yeah. How do you feel when someone like myself say that and other people I heard put you in that upper tier, one of the best overachievers probably in the sport of boxing?
Yeah. So I
look at that as a slight?
Yeah, no. It's not a slight. Because I understood where I would have been at had that not, taken place or anything like that. So I really think that, it's a lot of things that I've done that nobody still from the city ain't do yet. So so it's as time go on, of course we have a lot of there's a lot of criticism in a lot of different areas and things like that. But when I came up, it was literally just in a time where everything was pretty much like frozen. It's either frozen or it's like it's just not here. And we had other aspects of, but like Philly will always have its history. But it was just like the whole American game. It was like really just wide open, and that was one of the gifts that I understand that I received throughout. Because I've been through some shit, even going up to like Klitschko or whatever, and some shit that everybody went through. But it was like, damn, I had to I still maneuver through there and still like kind of like beat time with being able to accomplish certain things. So let's say, for instance, like getting a title fight, a heavyweight title fight. Like the last person before me from the city that got a heavyweight title fight was Tim Witherspoon. That was like 95.
God dang, yeah.
And then and I got mine in 2015.
Wow.
And I don't think anybody has gotten a chance. Now we have Philly natives. We have Eddie Chambers, that fought for the title.
Solid fighter.
Is
he from Philly? He's from Philly.
No, he from Pittsburgh.
Oh, Pittsburgh.
Wow. Yeah. But Philly native.
While you making that statement, I thought Eddie was from Philly, but when you made that statement, it kind of let me know that he wasn't from Philly.
Yeah. But Philly native, so we much respect to people that are Philly natives. But kind of how like if we want to narrow everything down, and I think I don't think Steve fought for the heavyweight championship. I don't think when Malik fought Wilder it was for the heavyweight championship. Other than that, it's like
you're the last one, bro, from Philadelphia that fought for a heavyweight title.
Yeah. So those right. So those are things that I always like highlight, because at the end of the day, it's like, these are things that wasn't necessarily supposed to happen. It might have been destiny for me, but those weren't things that were happening on an everyday basis. And even like American heavyweights, when Klitschko had those, had the belts, because Vladimir had four. Right, yeah. Vladimir had 4. Vitaly had the WBC, and they had that shit on lock. And they didn't want to lose again. And so a lot of the talent was pretty absent as well. But you got to think about it like, okay, coming up, you had a bunch of like overseas fighters that was getting, that was getting title shots and stuff like that. And they wanted to be able to like rebrand themselves and attach themselves to the American market. And that's when I was number one guy for HBO.
You
Yes,
were.
you are.
Nobody else. I was #1 guy for HBO. And
the Tyson's was gone. The Holyfields was gone. You still, I think you still had
everything.
Bird around a little bit, but
you ain't even had Chris
Bird
Bird.
was gone.
Bird was gone.
Okay.
Bird was gone. You had me. You had Seth Mitchell. You had Wilder coming up as well, but it wasn't what
was his name? Calvin Brook, was he still around? Calvin, the Olympian.
That's not familiar. Yeah. Oh man, I would hate to mess that name
but
up.
somebody wound up clipping him any old way.
Okay.
Yeah. Whatever it was very scarce. It was very scarce. So it wasn't that. And then like the new me, like I was the new guy. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, I had the political ties with HBO. I was the #1 fighter. Klitschko and them wanted to attack the American market. HBO, Klitschko, heavyweight championship, Madison Square Garden. That's how all that stuff came about. And it was just me. It was just me. I was his only option, and I was the strongest option that they had. And I had I put up a valuable effort to be able to be able to have that.
That went 12
So for sure. So it don't matter. It's like overachiever, underachiever. None of it matters because it's still. And then I used to look at when I was like #1, #2, #3 in the world. I used to look at boxing and be like, damn, like, so out of what was it, like 1,086 ranked fighters, heavyweights at that particular time, like, damn, like you #3, or you #2, or you #1, like out of 1,000 people across the whole world. So I never really cared too much about anything that anybody could ever say because those were things that I took in, and I'm just thinking like, yeah, nobody. And then now, even when you speak my name amongst certain fighters from the past,
they know.
These are fighters that know. These are fighters that have the respect. These are fighters that show the respect, and these are this is what it really is. So now as time go on, same thing with the old musicians, the old movie stars or whatever. Like like new people don't be knowing nothing. But like the older people, the more established people, the more people that were like literally around them times, they was like, no, like no, like what you talking about? Like yeah. And so that's all that matters, particularly from my era. Particularly from my era. So overachiever is fine. Underachiever is fine. Whatever is fine. I just know that I wasn't necessarily supposed to be there anyway.
And the reason why, that's great how you summed that up, B. And the reason why that from my opinion, the reason why that you was great as a heavyweight, because word on the street was that you were a great athlete. Ruby Felder. Ruby told us. Ruby let the secret out that you can play basketball. You think you can still play basketball? She said you was tough.
I think I can still play. You just gotta give me some time, and then as time as time go on.
Okay.
Like, you ain't about to do what you give.
He got 2 games.
You got a jump shot? You got a jump shot?
No, I have a jump shot. I actually
like a hustler. He looked like a rebounder and a hustler.
He looked like a Dennis Rodman type stock. Yeah, man. You're Dennis Rodman. You the worm.
The crazy part about it is, I believe that I could have. I believe I could have focused on like a mid range, like literally like at the elbow. I promise you, like there was a lot of different because I still jumped high, and those were shots that I can actually take. But I was literally I was so focused on driving that I never really worked on
develop
a certain aspect of the game. Like I never worked on the game, but I truly still, because literally once you jump high, you literally just put that shit right there. Like, and then I was going to get the rebounds, the boards, and then you just had so much presence because you knew wherever the ball bounced at. That's one of the things I was trying to teach my son. I'm about to teach my son when the rebound come off, wherever that ball go at, that's where the fuck you going to go at. And I was an athlete.
Okay, a great athlete. So basically the basketball was literally too light for you because you was used to picking up the medicine ball, shooting the medicine ball. It was like a nickel peppermint. You were just throwing that goddamn basketball.
No. I mean, I think basketball was literally just a normal attachment, just like it was to everybody else in the hood. I mean, like we have a lot of other people, a lot of other fighters, a lot of other players, and a lot of other people in the hood. Period. That could literally just do their thing on the basketball court because that was one of the, that was one of the top hobbies.
Yeah, I was about to say that. In our era, we grew up with the Sunny Hill.
Yeah,
We grew up with Eddie Hurt. Like you played ball.
Lonzo and all.
Lonzo.
Right.
Yeah. You had to do that. But let's zero back on more into what you got going on now. Why now, B? After 5 years of a layoff, would you call that a retirement, or you just literally fell back? But why now?
So I fell back in 2021 after I was getting like another 2-year layoff, and that's when the Bridgerweight thing was supposed to take off, and that was around about the time that COVID literally was at its peak. And they tried to get me to take the COVID shot, and I had the rematch against I know his name, Oscar Rivas. Sheesh. I had the rematch against Oscar Rivas, and that was for the Bridgerweight heavyweight world title. That's when WBC came out with the new weight class. And I'm like, look, I told WBC, and I still would tell them to this day, you need somebody marketable. And even though some people would not necessarily view me as the marketable, because marketable now is just some other shit. But being marketable, like let's say for instance, like
integrity don't count for marketability.
Yeah, integrity don't count for marketability. But you can make anything marketable now. Like you could put anybody in certain spaces and literally just keep, what's up? Who's him? Who's that? Yeah. Girls talking about he handsome. That nigga ain't even handsome. Like, but it's literally just it's the algorithm that they create to make
people perception.
And the perception that they create to make anybody.
You can make anything
to make anybody marketable. So that was one of the things I was trying to tell them, and they was telling them 2 weeks before the fight, they was like, yo, if you're not gonna get the vaccine, then we're gonna have to find somebody else. And I'm like, yeah. I'm like, damn, what's the alternative? So what's the exception? And so their exception was, I quarantined in the room for 14 days by myself, and I come out the day of the weigh-in. I'm like, man, fuck out of here. Fuck out of here. And then it was just like, yo, nobody else fought for me. And that's one of the things that I'm still eager to this day about.
Were you signed to a manager, if I may ask?
Yeah, I was managed J Prince Management, Top Rank promotion.
And they didn't sign
all of the above. No, nobody fought. Nobody fought. So people are not going to fight for things that they've done themselves, that they've settled with themselves. That, hey, this is okay to do.
It's true.
I did it, so you should do it.
And
people
didn't. I'm trying to ask you. I'm trying to get to that point.
Same thing Stephen A. hit Kyrie Irving with. Take the damn vaccine. Everybody else is doing it. You couldn't stand for it.
Yeah. So I routed. So I jetted. So then in 2022, I got this Mark 55 stitches in my face. It was on New Year's Day.
Wow.
It was a car accident. So I'm just thinking like, yeah, this shit really over now. You know what I mean? So I chilled out, shit healed up like crazy. I'm like, all right, cool, but I'm just still like working out and doing a thing. And then in 2024, which was a few years later, of course, but I did a whole joint for the Met. So you had Draco Boxing, you had RDR Boxing that did the show on the Met, and I was just thinking like, yo, let's just do something. Yeah, I'm like, yo, let's just do something for the hood, because Big Reed called me up, yo, we need to do this, we want to do this, and I'm like, all right, cool, let's just do something for the hood. Whatever money I made, I gave it up. I made $0 off of that fight. The only thing I did was, I broke whatever, trainers off that, to help me out or whatever like that. But at the end of the day, whatever I got, I just gave away. And that was something that was supposed to be, it's kind of like a kickstart, because that wasn't too long after that dud that they had at the Leah Core Center. It was literally just the officials. It wasn't even nobody in that joint when they had that show there. But I did a gift. I call it a gift, because at the end of the day, I'm like, yo, it is what it is, and I'm like, yo, I'm quite sure that
zakat, zadikat in Arabic, when you get like the charity, is it zadikat or zakat?
No, zakat. Yeah, zakat is charity. Yeah, zakat. Yeah. That joint was Yeah, but it was.
Look at him, think he know a little bit Arabic. B-Ball, look at him. He tried to slide it in there. Look at him. He know a little bit Arabic. Go ahead.
He know a little something, huh? Yeah. But ever since then, I came back after that, after 2024, chilled out again, and then this year I fought 3 times. One time in Grand Rapids, one time in Detroit, one time in Grand Rapids, and then now on the 29th. And I say now because it's like, yo, it's like there's other people that also share part of a dream that I can make come true. And for the most part, I like to stay in shape, stay in the gym, stay youthful, and stay inspiring to other people. And I've been doing this aspect of like teaching, training, and every time I'm over in London, with Derek Chisora, it's kind of like I'm filling a different seat at that particular time, and it's making the transition back and forth. But at the same time, it's like, yo, you can still do that. Like you can still, you can still work. You can still, you can still compete. And so that's what still brings me here. So that's what's making me say, oh, okay, let's just do this thing. And how much longer do I think I want to go? I don't really know, man. But we gonna see. We're gonna take it one fight at a time because it definitely is. It definitely has a mental load to it and a physical load, which is not that bad at 41 for me.
Let me say something. Well, basically, you said a lot of points. You said you spoke about music. You spoke about London. One thing about London always accepts talent. From music to boxing to wherever, you can always go over London. When you're good and you got it, you can go over London and still be that superstar. That's why musicians still go over there to today to tour. And with you being a supreme athlete that you are, and you got Derek Chisora and all of those friends over in London, you can go over there and you'll still be a superstar because you're a major athlete. So London will treat you like, oh my God. So I'm saying, talent, your boxing skills and tour. The question that I wanted to ask you real fast was August 29th, what's the location and where would it be at? And who?
So what's the ramifications of this fight? What would this fight do for you in your career at this point?
I know this is not a charity fight, is it? This is not a Zakat fight, is it?
No. It's not a charity fight. It's not a big money fight right now either. But this is for a top 15 spot. It's going down in Detroit at the Fox Theater Center or something like that. And it's against 19-1 Brandon Moore.
Wow.
And it's like it is what it is at this point. I'm
top 15.
I'm top 15. I'm still big dog. You know what I mean? And I still do what I do. And I'm not looking past any of this, but I mean that's what the 29th is for sure. That's what the 29th is.
I got so many questions that
God and your wisdom alone is going to get you through this.
I mean, yeah, for sure.
Yes. I got so many questions, man. I ain't even really get into it, so I gotta try to get as much as I can in. Is why I got them. So now you finally came back after 5 years. You explained how we got up to that. It's interesting because the other day I was showing a video, one of my videos to somebody. Right, I was telling you I'm Anthony Messenger, blah blah blah, and it said Salita Promotions. I didn't know that Dimitri Salita was actually posting some of my fights. Right now, you're with Salita Promotions?
No. So me and Eugene, we did a management deal, and we can't say right now I am. Nice. It's not nothing long term, but I'm the old bitch on the block. Okay, old bitch on the block. They we can't really be turning down no players. And at the end of the day, anybody that shows you that shows you some attention or shows you some.
They give you a little.
Yeah. I mean, so like I said, I'm one of the.
People don't understand what it is that we might go through as a fighter, bro.
And that's boxing language. That's boxing language.
Yeah, but I think I
want to ask you, how did that come about? Because at the end of the day, bro, look, you've been with the Pelts, you've been with the Jay Prince. We're going to talk about that. You've been with the Bob.
I think 6. Yeah, look. So main events. Well, Russell Peltz, main events.
Gary Shaw,
top rank. Gary Shaw, Rock Nation.
Damn.
I mean,
And this is what I tell people when I feel like I got to remind people. I say, listen, 2003, 2004, it ain't a motherfucking promoter that ain't throw me tens of thousands, bro.
Yeah.
I got so frustrated. Man, my brother was sitting in our room with 8, 10. People don't even remember American Presents.
Yeah,
I got a contract from them. Do you
that's
know?
the one that,
Do you know who American Presents was?
No, I ain't.
when they gave David Reed all that money?
American Presents was the big company that came out and signed David Reed to $1 million.
Y'all.
Oh,
They
shit.
came out for a little bit. So I had Kathy Duva, Lou Duva, Gary Shaw, Lou DeBella, Jay Prince, Shelly. They all threw me contracts. And I want to ask you, when you was dealing with these contracts, because this is something that you can understand, having multiple contracts, how frustrated was it for you making a decision where one contract gave you more bonus money, one contract gave you more hotel rooms, one contract gave you more tickets? What did you prioritize first? Was it the money? What was it? Because
I prioritize. So I prioritize the opportunities. And I didn't really start paying attention to contracts, you know, or having the ability to pay attention to contracts until like the whole Rock Nation thing, and this mosquito was right in my face. Until the whole Rock Nation thing, and then and Gary Shaw. But you know, once I hired
those contracts stood out, B?
The who?
What about those contracts standing out? Were they trying to?
The Pels joints was they was what they was. You know, they were beginner joints.
You know, Pels Bishop, ball and Chad. He said he was what they was.
But here's the thing, like
you ain't gotta say it. We can say it for you, Chad.
No. But for sure though. But I never. See, I'm different. I'm different. Like and then like knowing that like I really wasn't supposed to be here. So I'm grateful. I'm grateful for a lot. I'm grateful for a lot of things that I actually went through, that I actually achieved and stuff like that. So even when it comes to the Pelt strength, I'm like, okay. The way they was moving me, you know, from, you know, I guess from the start, the whole 2012 year when they linked up with Main Event, and we did and I did 5 fights that year, you know, and then, you know, had NBC sports documentary shit was on demand, Comcast on demand for like 2 fucking years.
Yeah.
That was all Pelts, and that was all them. Now the thing that I personally didn't like, it was a few things that I didn't like about how that shit, you know, was like how it was transpiring.
Because I heard some murmuring about you and Pelts. Go ahead.
Yeah. Well, I personally, I don't got nothing bad to say about it. Nothing. Like I say, these was times where you had to keep moving. You had to do what you had to do. And he didn't hold on to me. He didn't, you know, whatever it was. And maybe you know, he sold the part of the contract to Gary Shaw, but that's them doing business. You know what I mean? Like whatever that is, that's their business. But you have to go through that. So if I can not even to downplay him to say he was an obstacle, but I got over the obstacle, if anything. So he was even if I wanted to say he was a stepping stone, whatever it was, he was a part of my history. Yeah, he was a part of my growth. He's a part of my history. So I can never knock that, because I didn't really suffer anything. I didn't suffer shit. Like you got to think about it. I started in 2009, right? I had my first international TV fight, 2011, against Teron Johnson on a Zab Judah and Amir Khan undercard, and I'm being shown internationally. I started in 2009, and so literally turned pro 2010 by you know.
And this is really no amateur background at this point, neither, for real.
Yeah. No true amateur, no extensive amateur background. So you gotta think about it, like, all of those were just plays. You know what I mean? I'm at the press conference, Pernell Whitaker, you know, Amir Khan and Zab Judah and everybody else that was on the card, and I'm just thinking like, I'm not supposed to be here, bro. I'm not supposed to be here. So then, as that carried on, and then it took to me, you know, Sergey Liakovic and Eddie Chambers had a fight scheduled, and Eddie Chambers is somebody I think one of them got hurt or whatever, and I said I'm gonna step in and I'm gonna fight Liakovic. That was big balls of me, right? So they was just like, so Cappy Dubin and was like, all right, well, cool. All right, we gonna do that. Then they had another plan, so they scratched all that shit, and they still kept me. They kept me as the opponent, and they found Maurice Byron, who was also undefeated. So that was the first NBC Sports Friday night fights or whatever, and you know it was me, Maurice Byram. I was 11-0. He was 12-0 or whatever. 2 undefeated fighters. 5 days notice, and literally the shit was you know, Freddie Roach was commentating. They put a lot into the show. So Eddie Chambers and Sergei Lakovic was supposed to be amongst the, you know, that first show, but the first show wound up being me, you know, and then it was just like, damn, rising stars. And then from there on, man, from there on, it went, I think, yeah, I fought Lakovic next in Brooklyn.
Wow.
And I stopped him, and then he didn't come out for the 10th round. And that fight was so amazing because it was just like, damn, well, damn, he yo, this month, whoa, this month. And then that's when Freddie Roach was like, yeah, the best American heavyweight. Commentators was like, oh my God, this and that. And that's when everything literally just started.
Like to do praises and props.
Yeah. So Peltz and them was a part of all that. Man, that'd be blasphemy.
Peltz really
that'd be blasphemy to speak ill of that part of my career. And I respectfully, I can't do that. Respectfully, I won't.
We got a question from the One Litting. Shout out to Alice, our homegirl Alice. You know, you definitely
shout
know
out One Litting.
She asked you, would you ever consider doing one of the TBL shows? Probably when you finally throw it in.
No. I don't think I would. Now I have my reasons for that. I think the TBL show to me is more so for up and comer people and for people who trying to find a way back or who's on their way out. And I would rather just be out. I also have an ego to the point where I feel like if I'm out, I'm just out. It's almost like no offense to anybody that's a part of it, because everybody has their reasoning. Everybody has their needs for being a part of it. It's no offense to anybody. This is just me and my perspective.
So do not be offended.
Yes. So please don't be offended. But the comparison to me is almost like how the rappers will go on Love and Hip Hop. You know, it's like, damn, you ain't making an album no more. You ain't doing none of this. Go on to Love and Hip Hop. You know, and they try to do that to me. They try to do that to me in 2014 too.
Wow.
You know, the whole Love and Hip Hop scene, but it was just like, nah, we ain't about to do that. You know, but yeah, it was. I had some shit going on, man. I had a lot of shit going on.
I would like to say this though. Great answer, but I would like to say, you said you don't want to offend nobody. I'm telling you, if the fighters know where you live, they're gonna be lined up outside to fight you. Hey, B-Wall, why you say that, man?
Well, they better come like that. They better come like that. You better come with your hands up.
Yeah, B-Wall, why you say
you
that?
Coming to my house.
Let me ask you one more question.
Come with your motherfucking hands up.
This one is very important.
Go ahead,
Let me ask you one more question. Now, you kept mentioning Freddie, but you kept mentioning Freddie Roach. I was waiting on you to say Freddie J. Now,
absolutely, yeah.
What is the relationship, or what were the relationship between you and Freddie J, and why you had to depart from him if you had to?
So you know, it's that would always be a very touchy situation, and even after his time, even after his time would expire, because he's getting old and up there, you know, I would still keep the respect between family and sons, and you know, his family that's you know, that represent him, to keep that to a very respectful point. But it was almost like it was also a point in my career as well. And there are some things that we both endured coming up and through what he's been through already. And I do believe that, you know, there are times where he felt as though, you know, okay, he's turning over a new leaf, doing things a certain way. But it wasn't that I got greedy. Definitely wasn't that I got greedy. It's just that I got smart. And when I got smart, don't try to make me seem like I don't have nothing to grasp onto. We're not going somewhere. Like, you know, like, you know, because there was a situation that I found out, and I found that out, and you know, while already in conversation or in confusion of like, damn, why I'm not getting no more money, or why it's not growing. I only wanted five extra thousand, because I felt like, okay, if I did 2012 so good, let's start off 2013 with 5 more grand. And it was denied from all areas. And then that's when I was just like, well, shit, like, you know what I mean? I get the whole, you know, keeping this person, but I just didn't get why you would want to do me that way, or not, nothing personal. It was just like, hey, the business model, it just didn't make sense to me at that particular point in time. And there were some things that he was wrapped up and tied up into that it kind of got into the way of certain things, and that kind of like start interfering with our relationship, and it wound up being, you know, we had to either part ways. The part ways was not necessarily mutual. You know, it was kind of within the same action as they was doing me, in a sense, which is not something that, okay, it's like 100% you can't feel, it's not something that you're proud about. It's like, shit, like damn, like I had to do this or I had to do that or whatever. And whatever it is, it's definitely something I always think about. And I just be like, damn, like if I could go back and change things, certain things would literally be more firmly addressed, you know. You know,
so it don't get to that point, right? Yeah. So let's talk about that. I don't want to go into too deep because
great answer, Chance.
Because Fred Jenkins is close to you and I. I grew up. I went under Hurt tutelage at the age of 9. You know, I didn't depart from Hurt till 18, 19.
Yeah.
So we're talking about 12 years, 11 years, somewhere around there.
Yeah.
You know, and I looked at that age, times is different now, B. That back in the day, your trainer, when you was a young boy, you looked at him as a father figure. Whether you had a father or not, your trainer was the one who normally would pick you up, take you running, go to the gym and all those things.
But that's kind of where things slightly deferred with me, because I started at 24.
Right.
I needed that.
That's where I'm going at. Whereas I understand how it could be personal to talk about somebody that you have so much love for. Because
for sure.
I remember Hurt coming to me and saying, damn, you left me when you got not you got good, but he said you left me when I polished the diamond. And I basically was like, well, I told you
it was kind of
that I'm a calf that's grown to a bull with horns now. You know, like, look, I understand staking them around, but yo, your boy just won a national title, and I remember saying to myself, "Yo, I believe in myself." He said,
"You know how he be, B-Rob."
He was like this. You
believe
in yourself. You believe in yourself, huh? I've been trying to tell you this shit all your life, man.
So, that's him.
What are you, retard? I've been telling you all your life.
We could talk about so much stuff. I think, BY, what I'm gonna have to do, man, I'm gonna have to bring you back. I'm gonna have to bring you back because I ain't get to none of the personal stuff that I wanted to talk about.
Let me say this: the reason why I asked that question is because me and Herc's son was speaking today. Tracy Jenkins.
Tracy.
Speaking about that, and he was speaking about how close he was to you and watch you and his father depart. And I was like, damn, because I told him that
it's very touchy for everybody. Like it's that's like, damn, and the shit happened 10 years ago, but like it's
still
it haven't really healed. Because I get emotional talking about it because it's like it's like Hurt, man. Like he put us on the shit. Like regardless of the stories that we may have heard, I had interactions with him with Ivan. When I first won my national, but I'm gonna get off that, and we'll to be continue that because like I said, there's so much I want to talk to you about. I want to also talk about something that a lot of people right now, health and fitness. You were excelling in boxing. When did you actually become a vegan?
2015, and in 2013 I became vegetarian.
Wow.
August Tion Kennedy's last fight at the Bally's Casino.
August
24th. August 24th for 2000.
Was that against Rigondeaux?
No, that wasn't against Rigondeaux. His last fight was against somebody at the you know what, he might have had a sneak fight after that, but I know for sure his last fight at the Bally's Casino was August 24th of 2013. I mean, I was just like, you know, They had like chicken there, and the shit was over. The show was damn near over. They had a lot of they had a lot of chicken to get rid of. and I grabbed a bunch of chicken. I'm like, look, man. I said, all right, let me get on. You know what, man? This is my last motherfucking time eating this shit, man. It's my last time eating, and then from there on,
salt, pepper, ketchup, hot sauce on the chicken.
So the only
salt, pepper, ketchup, hot sauce.
Yeah, no, for sure.
There's only two vegans that I know that's boxed, and that was you and Timothy Bradley. How much do you contribute the vegan diet to your success? And because a lot of people think you need the protein, you need the meat, you need this, but tell us, the PGO Nation, how being a vegan actually helped you in your quest to training and becoming one of the best athletes you could be.
Well, yeah. So I believe that being a vegan was it helped me more so longevity. A lot and your body having a lot of clarity to the point where it's less inflammation. Like even like right now, if I go through a problem, I go through an issue, I stand in the mirror and I look and I'm like, okay, shit ain't swollen. You know what I mean? But it could possibly still be hurting, but I don't get no fucking inflammation. So even Bernard, Bernard's been vegan now probably for like 8-9 years now.
Bernard Hopkins.
Yeah, Bernard Hopkins. And
okay.
And Bernard, and now he might have or might haven't, indulged in something, as we all are entitled to, even though I've never done it. But when the times he was vegan, he credited me for being, for taking that next step. But that was after his career. So during his career, I figure he felt as though there were still things that he needed to do. Now, mind you, I would say I can actually credit that. I can actually credit that to my genetics. Now, my son over there. Now, if I call my son over here and tell him to take off his shirt, you can be like, God damn.
Yeah.
Like, you mean? So,
I
ain't gonna put my son on the spot.
Genetics is something else, bro. Genetics
is something else. But I also think that it was part of my genetics and it was part of me, because literally, like, peanut butter and jellies and fucking and a bunch of good shit. Like, I'm a more whole food type drink. I ain't with all that.
What kind of jelly? Grape or strawberry?
And all that. And so I get in my mood. So for the last 3 years, I get in my mode. The last 3 years I've been on grape, and I've been on strawberry. Hold on.
You actually got an answer for that bullshit? Grape or strawberry?
No.
It means a lot, bro. Hold on. Champ, tell him it means a lot. I use strawberry smuckers. It means a lot.
Yeah. No. For the last few years, I've been on strawberry.
So make sure you clip this shit. That the champ and Wild Weezy is talking about grape or strawberry smuckers. All right, go ahead.
Yeah, smuckers, the natural kind. I don't do all that high fructose corn syrup.
Okay.
If I got that in there, we cutting that shit the fuck out of it. We getting it going. But yeah, but I think it's more so the longevity of things. So technically now it's like nigga, I'm 40, I'm 41. It's like, bro, like when it comes to like me being this specimen, like it's like, wow, like what can you attribute it to? Now maybe we can attribute it to genetics, but also it's like, okay, it's you taking care of yourself,
Yes.
Because people that drink, smoke, and puffy face and all this other shit, like, I mean, like, yeah. So I think that me being plant-based, which 2015 was my start, and I'm still going strong. And I think that that's one of the most beneficial, one of the most fountain of youth type things that I could ever have inherited in my life. Period.
You might inspire me to go back to being vegan, because I went to Israel and turned vegan for like 7 months, and then I couldn't do it. It's very expensive, and when you're out and about and you're being a vegan, we're talking about not eating mayonnaise. Not eating a lot of no dairy products. It is hard to be a vegan. You need someone to cook for you, or you need 4-course meals. I got a question for you before we get into your top 10.
Okay, and then I got one.
And then T.Y. want to ask you, but we're gonna have to have it to be continued, because I ain't even getting my shit.
Yes.
This is what I mean by you talk so well that you're not gonna give plain answers. Hey, what is this? I like brown.
I'm gonna have to go in.
Yeah. So which is good. I like that.
That's beautiful.
So what we're going to do is after the 22nd, after the 29th, that following Tuesday, you got to come back to the PGO podcast, because it's so much we didn't talk about.
I might could do it that following September the 9th. I might be doing that shit up under the Eiffel Tower or some shit like that.
Hey, whatever the cool thing. We didn't talk about top rank
in France.
We didn't tell our Jay Prince story.
Yeah.
I didn't get into the Vitaly Klitschko because what I wanted when you talked about hurt and stuff like that, there was rumors that I've heard or that leaked out for some reason. What's up, Trez? We were just Tracy Jenkins. We were just talking about you and your father and things of that nature. But I heard some things now. Rumors surface.
I can keep the answer short, so just you might as well just, or you want to save it for the next whatever.
Yeah. I'm gonna hold it. And I also want to know your experience. To be continued. Your experiences with James Prince. I'll tell you mine. My contract went through, how things went. I think Jay get a false perception sometimes.
Yeah.
You know,
come with it.
It's hard. It's hard to. We'll save it for the later one. But here's what I want to ask you.
Because that's my nigga. You mean?
There you go. Ain't too many boxes probably gonna say that. I'm gonna speak just on a business side. Jay Prince as a person know how to fucking roll.
He do.
As a person.
He thorough.
Hanging with him with Dave Mays, Source Magazines, Roy. He know how to roll. But I'll tell my side on the business side. That's another side of the story. I'm fucking retired, and I know for a fact I ain't coming back. So I'll let it be known. But
we back in the podcast.
I want to ask you, coming from one of the best gyms, and I don't care what nobody say, the Rec had one of the best fucking talents in there. Ain't no gym like the Rec. I'm talking about me. Let's look at. I'm just make this real quick. You, Zaire, right?
Tracy Jenkins,
Malik
got a list.
Trez, David Reed, Rockin' Rodney Moore, James Stanton, myself,
Andre Sharp,
Boogaloo Jones. I can go on how many people the Rec produced.
Silk, Marvin Gary.
Tell me how it is coming from the Rec to now being part of the legendary gym that I've been a part of, and I would like to say that I put on the mat, which is the dungeon. How was the training in the dungeon right now around Bose?
You stole my question.
Boom.
You stole my question.
Everybody. Hey, man, the dungeon. Let it the dungeon, baby.
The Enos clan.
Let's talk about it.
So it's I guess the comparison before, you know, it's pretty much like, okay, and the Rec, shit, and even in the Rec, I was amongst the youngest of, you know, basically because it has so much deep history that I was amongst the last, you know, and at that point in time, you know, I was, you know, we kept ABC on the map through extensive careers, which was mine as well. So other people did it, and then I came in and kept it afloat, keep doing that, and you know, people can carry on the legacy as well. But doing that and coming from that position in the Rec, you know, and then now being at the dungeon at Boise, it's like damn, I could really, like, I'm OG, like I'm OG, like damn, like, and these motherfuckers is some of them are young enough to be my damn children. You know what I mean? Like, and it's truly still inspiring to both me and to them, because at the end of the day, even for me getting certain aspects of mentions and me still being respected and me literally just being like a big name in boxing, period, and for me just giving my presence, no matter what area or no matter what stage of their career that they are, you know, it's still like, damn, like, you know, this is somebody that been here before, regardless whether I've been here, or there. It's like, damn, this is somebody that been there before. And, you know, I still feel like, hey, I have a role when it comes to showing people what it's like to be able to take care of yourself over time. And me being of this age, I always tell people, like, damn, what I wouldn't do to be 28. Damn, what I wouldn't do to be your age. What I wouldn't do to be 24. Like, what, you, how old? Like, come on. Like, and so for them to see the way that I still work up until this day at 41 years old, you know, it still gives them the incentive, like, yo, fuck, like, I got to put this work in. So, you know, it changed from being a go-to person to literally being another aspect of the go-to person. Like, so instead of them looking forward to me and what I'm doing in my career, it's like they're looking forward to me and look at what I've done and look at right what I put in life, and these are the things that they're saying for themselves. Damn, this is what I got to do. So it's a lot of respect. It's a lot of respect, and then I didn't seen and knew all of them when they was damn their babies, you know. So it was like, sheesh, like, you know, it's
like I say the same thing. Like my youngest son, not my youngest, but my next to the oldest, my son Nadriel, who was vicious
monster.
Him and Boots used to play around. Him, Boots, and Ishmael used to run around in the fucking masjid all day. And I keep forgetting that Boots not a young, he ain't a pup no more. And I keep saying, yo, Boots was my youngin, and I keep remembering, yo, he's a grown fucking man right now. But we remember him. I remember Boots when he was 6, when he was little chubby, looking like little Pooh.
Yeah, he did look like little Pooh.
Always was a switch fighter, running around with the hair going wrong, playing around. Yo, ask me where my son at so he can beat up and bully on my little son and so forth and Ishmael. So yeah, we old, we getting old, man.
Let me say this to you. Let me say this to you. I don't know if you remember, but I was in a dungeon a while ago. Me and a messenger.
No. I mean,
and watch this. I was there to see Boots, but when I noticed you was working so hard over there with Bozy had y'all doing the punch and the defense drills, the boom, bam, boom, bam, with Coach Rick. So I was so amazed. I got footage of you doing everything at 41 years old, right there with the dungeon. And I came to get Boots later, but I was stuck on you for 10 minutes. I didn't take the camera off you for 10 minutes, and I don't even know if you noticed it, but I got stuck on you, and I was like, damn, that's BY. He still looked good, but I didn't know you had a fight coming up. And to my brother told me, he said, yo, T-Y, he got a fight. I said, he got a hoop? Back. Yeah, he got a fight. He back. I said, damn. And you look good. So I can attest to you're 41 years old, looking like you ready for war. And you ready to live the rest of your natural born life in a good, healthy life. Because health is wealth. If you show it.
If only I can look as good on the bag as I look in person with my body, I'll be okay. But listen, we're going to get into your top 10, man. This is Philly Finest volume 11 or 12. Yeah. But we got to get into everybody from Philly. Got to listen. No, somebody's getting left out.
Yeah, somebody's getting left out.
Because everybody is
good. Volume 9. This is Philly Finest, volume 9.
Yeah, and no disrespect.
Somebody's getting left out, but we're going to bring up your top 10.
Everybody got an opinion.
We're going to talk about your top 10.
Okay.
I'm going to name them, and you explain to me why you got them and what they meant to you. Just real quick. Then if there's another question you got, we're going to get in, because I don't want to get into so much good shit. I got questions all over
for the part 2,
and we'll have the victory.
Stephen Cunningham part 2.
The victory, yeah, we damn sure did. But listen, right now, your number one, is this any particular order? This is how you want it, or you just gave me 10?
No, I just gave you 10. I just gave you 10.
Number one, you got.
I wouldn't even know. I wouldn't even know what the order would be right offhand. But okay, number one, B-Hop. I'm gonna give you 15 seconds per fighter. I mean, that way we can stroll through the list on some cool calm shit. You know what I mean? So number one. Okay, number one, B-Hop, right? So B-Hop, big dog. You know, B-Hop is the one that, you know, has a long tenured career, you know, doing all these different things. And before you was even a boxer, you always knew who B-Hop was. And now every time you see B-Hop, every time he's around you or whatever, very inspiring, talk to you, give you gems, give you game or whatever, and that's him, right? So Steve Cunningham, right? So when I was, so all of these things are, all of these fighters are people that were inspiring to me when I was coming up as a boxer.
That's the top 10, you know, baby.
When I was coming up as a boxer. So Steve Cunningham was the first dude I seen at all the amateur fights, bringing his belt. They're like, who the fuck is this nigga? And I was like, yo, Steve Cunningham, look him up on YouTube. YouTube probably just came the fuck out. You know what I mean? And so it was like, damn, like, okay, Steve Cunningham, he would come to all the amateur shows, bring his belt, show love, and we like, damn, I want to be like this motherfucker, right? So Malik,
Y'all like each other because both of y'all dark skinned and well ripped. Both of y'all ripped up.
Yeah. That's my nigga too. Now Malik Scott was somebody. Malik Scott was somebody when I was literally just around the rec before I was even boxing. It's like damn, like this, like you got this motherfucker that can fight and he was talented as shit. And it's like yo, this motherfucker tall, he was long. You know what I mean? It's like damn, this motherfucker box, but I wasn't fighting him. It's like yo, ain't he only a few years older than me? And I'm like, damn, like, yo, I want my shit to be like that. Like, you know, when I go to school, I'm gonna be, dabbing the shit out of niggas like that. Huh?
B-Rod, do you see the way he's teaching now?
Yeah, no, for sure.
It's amazing. It's amazing what he's teaching now. I'm peeping him on Instagram.
Yeah. He teaching great now. And then Anthony the Messenger Thompson. So that was almost like, yo. So now it's like yo, this nigga from here. Like he from this gym, and then literally my man Prince, he would literally always make sure that yo, whatever list that we that we got, he not leaving Anthony out. But Anthony was on some shit. And I was like, this motherfucker could fight his motherfucking ass off. He was nice.
Pennsylvania Hall of Famer.
You mean now cheesesteak, now mind you.
Everybody wants to be steak.
Everybody wants to be
hold on, wait a minute. This one had to go for a little bit longer because we not about to play with this nigga. Yo, so cheesesteak, it was like this nigga was on the back of buses. Like we didn't know exactly how he did certain things, right? So aside from him and his boxing, you know, we also as we was younger, YNs or whatever, we also glorify aspects of the street, which we never knew exactly what he did, you know, and I'm for whatever sake. Come on, man. But we just knew that cheesesteak got respect, cheesesteak could fight, you know, cheesesteak was street. And number one reason why we love cheesesteak at the rec. Cause before I was boxing, we'd be over there playing basketball, we'd be over there playing ping pong. Every time cheesesteak came to train. Now mind you, I don't even know if he's married or long term married. I don't think he
stayed with that shit on.
I'm sorry, but this nigga bought something bad every single time. And guess what they came to go chill because they ain't really want to go to the gym. They came to play and watch us play fucking ping pong. Now you got bad chicks literally sitting in the fucking ping pong room with us. Watching fucking ping pong. Like, yo, some calling us by name. Like, God,
Steak was out. He was out Nicky Scarfo. He was out. Listen, like you said, we playing basketball. Steak is arguing about, come on, man, I'm gonna come up with a 400. Next fucking day, he come up with a drop top Benz.
Yeah.
And he stayed. Listen, I'm gonna just talk real quick. If you don't mind me, I box Steak, right? Real quick, just give me 10 seconds. I promise you. I box Steak, right? He the one who put me down with the IC, the hair stuff. I'm like, dang, the iced tea. Oh, so I'm like, yo, what the hell you smell? He was wearing polo every day. So one time when I was boxing him, right? He came and said, yo, man, you a nice, you little nigga, you think you can fight. He gave me a stack of money like this, bro. I never forget. Now, it was all 1s, 5s, and 10s. But that just let me know because he said, man, I don't carry nothing under 20s, man. This is for you, man. This is play money, man. I bought this for you, man. God, that's my steak story, bro.
Yeah. Steak was a fucking ball, man. All right, so next we got David Reed, right? I'm not sure. I'm quite sure they do, but I'm doing an interview. I'm sorry. Yeah. So we got David Reed, Olympic gold from where we from. So it's literally like, hey, you can never not mention the Brett and not mention David Reed. Also, I'm put in conjunction Zaire Rahim too. So Zaire was one of the niggas like, yo, the nigga can punch. Yo, you should have seen him in his day. You should have seen him, blah, blah, blah. You should have seen. But literally, it was literally like, yo, if this is where you from, it's almost like growing up in a house where these niggas had the front room, and they moved out years ago, but the room still got their bed and shit in there, like.
Exactly.
The room still got their dresses and some of their clothes and shit in there, and we're not allowed to go in the room. That's their room, even though they're not living there though. So that's how I felt like they contributed it to the wreck so much in that aspect to the point where it's like, yo, you couldn't omit them. You could not name them. They was a part of every time they mentioned.
Check this out.
You gotta name the king.
I call Zaire today. Tomorrow I'll FaceTime him. He'll pick up. You know the first thing that I say to him?
What's that?
Thank you for picking up. Because to me, it's still an honor.
Yeah.
I don't care how good the messenger was. Me fighting on HBO pay-per-view, Zaire Rahim just picked up my phone. And he be like, yo, bro, stop that shit, man. Come on, man. Shalom, bro. You the messenger. I'm like, no, bro, you don't know what it is for me to call you and pick up. When I call you, I say thank you.
Right.
Yo, B, I see you 7 o'clock, right? I say, love you, bro. Thank you. Because at the end of the day, even though you may look at me with admiration, I look at you with admiration. So I can say to myself, yo, BY, that's my man. I'm going to call him for you. You know how good it fucking feel to say I could call BY Jennings and you pick up? You ain't making me look like a fool. You know how good it say I could call Dave, I could call Ricardo Williams.
Yeah.
You know, you could call these guys that people look up to, and they're gonna pick up for you.
Yeah.
So thank you, bro, for even being on this podcast. Go ahead, you can get into your desire.
He cooked.
Carl Dargan is
Dargan Dynamite.
Yeah. So I had Carl. I had Dynamite in there, and then it was also Rock/Tiger.
Wow. They was all combined. They was all combined.
Yeah, they was all combined. So when you talk about decorated amateurs, it's like, damn, like even it's like shit. Like I want my shit to be like theirs, like to the point where, man, even when we was in high school or whatever school we was in, whatever fucking time, that shit was like their names was buzzing in schools that they didn't go into. They didn't go to the school, but everybody in the school knew about fight game like Rock and Tiger, fight game like Dynamite, blah blah blah. So that's literally what that was, right?
Like, can I get your opinion on this real quick? Can I get your opinion? Because we got a little bit of time before we close out.
Concrete Jungle.
Who do you think was the better out of all of them? Dynamite, Tiger, Sharp, or Rock?
I mean, yeah, that's tough because I kind of view all of them motherfuckers as the same, but maybe now here's the thing. Coming up. Now I'm gonna tell you.
I ain't saying shit. Give me a name. Give me a name.
I mean, I'm more favorite of Dynamite. Yeah, I mean,
Dynamite. Okay.
Yeah, I'm more favorite of Dynamite because
can't go wrong with Dynamite blow up. Boom, boom. Yo, I've been around all of them. Mike Sharp was a bad motherfucker.
No, he definitely was.
His name Sharp.
Yeah,
was for a reason. But then you had Tiger. Tiger was smooth.
He was. Tiger was patterned after Sugar Ray Robinson, brother Nazim.
And then they name even blow up even more with the controversy with the switching the fucking switching the
at the weigh-ins and all that.
Yeah. All right.
Real special with that concrete.
Now he made my top 10. Your next one.
Oh yeah. So Pooh was like the
rapid fire.
Pooh was like the Philly fucking Floyd. Like the shit was so crazy. It's like only thing Pooh really had to really keep doing was just being. Well, he would just had to be more.
Just come to the gym.
Yeah. Just be more disciplined. So I'm not gonna say what he did or what he didn't.
We're gonna call it what it was.
That's my boy. Yeah. Pooh bad boy.
Yeah, leave them damn women alone.
Pooh bad boy.
Yeah, I think so, bro. Yeah. So I'm gonna just use the term discipline because it was a lot of different aspects that we saw that we paid attention to that nigga for. I mean, we seen the nigga doing. It was just like, damn, party at the crab house. Yeah, I mean, and those was times where as young boys he was trying to. I mean, we tried to get the name. He's like Coco Bar Go 923, all that shit like that. And like we was literally just trying to get like street name, club name, and just be all that. And he had that big star for the talent that he was displaying every time he got in the ring. And so and then Danny, Danny to me was always one step ahead or one step above me. And I always put him there. So even when it came to like, oh, who the best? And I'm like, yo, you had Bernard, you had Danny, then you had me. And that's how I'm always put. I don't give a fuck what somebody won. I give a fuck what titles or what world champion somebody won. I always made sure that I put Danny there because it was like, yo.
Damn.
You cut off?
Yep.
Wow. That's all, folks. Hello? Yo,
I don't know if it's earphones.
He gonna get a standing 8 if he don't come back in. 1, 2.
You might have to leave and come back. I don't know what happened.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
It sounds like it's earphones.
10. Ding,
We
ding, 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 ding.
We got Danny Garcia.
Finish his list, chat. Oh, there you go.
I can't hear you.
I can't hear it.
Yeah, come on, come back in.
That was a good list, though. That was a nice list. That was a good list. Rock and Tiger, he had Dynamite. They was good fighters, man. They really was. There was nothing bad to say about the Mike Sharp. They was great. They was good.
You on mute? No, hold on, let me see. Let me see. He's saying that I muted him. Oh, how the fuck did I mute you?
Sapped out. Yeah. He on top of his game, they got commentator.
You gotta unmute yourself. You're muted. I don't know how.
We get like Brian Custer, Showtime. BY.
Can't unmute your guests because they chose to. You mute them. It's saying you mute yourself. That's what it's saying.
We was cooking.
Let me remove him. Then bring him back.
We gotta get this thing fixed up.
No.
If you want, I can talk to you both to see art unless you're gonna do it.
Here's what I'm gonna do. I don't know why you got unmuted, but what I'm gonna definitely do, I'm gonna run your special back again.
Yeah, and then we'll be to continue part 2. BY part 2 on victory. You know, you don't go away. You know?
Yeah, they thought I was done, counted me out, left me buried. But pressure builds kings. They tried to break me, they couldn't hold me down. Every fall I took built this strength. I stayed in the dark, I learned to silence. No excuses anymore, only execution. I didn't come back the same, I came back dangerous. Guess who's back? I never broke, I evolved.
It still got you on mute, bro.
Yeah, now I can't hear
There
y'all.
you go.
There you go. There you go.
Okay.
So you
Now
can finish your
now
last.
I can't hear y'all.
No, you can't hear me.
Wow. We can hear you loud.
We can hear you clear though.
But can you hear me?
I can hear you clear. Go.
All right. But all right. So look, it's your boy BY Jennings. We got PGO podcast. You already know we did the part 1, man. We're gonna have to come back and do a to be continued part 2 coming up. We're gonna try for September or after the fight, August 29th. You already know what it is. Yo, it was a pleasure. It was good. You already know your boy BY Jennings. We gave a good one, man. So that list ended with Danny Garcia. Shout out to everybody on the list. Shout out to all the Philly fighters. You already know what it is. And our time is up. But here's the thing: we're gonna come for a part 2. After the 29th. And we're gonna do it again because this one was so good, and we had so much more shit to talk about, and we had so many things to touch on. Pause, but we did it. We did it, and little technical difficulties, to the point where somebody couldn't hear somebody, but you already know what it is. Your boy BY Jennings, August 29th. You already know what it is. PGO podcast. You already know. Yeah, dog.
Let me go. Now you know. Good. Now you know. Blow for blow. Yeah.
And then I can't hear you.
What's good, PGO Nation? This is Ant the Messenger along with Wild Weezy Social Media Encyclopedia. Now you know, blow for blow is PGO.